Good afternoon, guys. How are you today? Fine. Today we will continue explaining our lesson types of lines. Let's revise before we start. Let's revise how many types of lines do we have? We said yesterday that the first type is parallel lines. When do we say two lines are parallel? Two lines are said to be parallel if they never intersect at a point. They never meet. So if I extend this line more and more, and if I extend the second one, they never meet at a point. So we call them parallel lines. They are facing each other, opposite to each other, and they never meet. Whereas perpendicular lines, the two lines that form a right angle, this is the right angle, and they form a letter like L. So any two lines that form a right angle, we call them perpendicular lines. Whereas two lines that meet at a point, for example, if you look at this line and this line, both of them meet at the same point, هيدي هي point of intersection, we call them intersecting lines. And we said yesterday that the perpendicular lines, if you look here at this line and this line, both of them, they meet at a point. Look at this point. This is the point. This line and this line, they meet at a point, so we call them intersecting. So دايما perpendicular lines are intersecting lines. Why they are intersecting? Because they intersect at a point. Look at these two lines, they meet at a point and they form a right angle. So عندهم two properties: form a right angle or meet at a point, so they are intersecting and perpendicular. So دايما لما يكونوا two lines مثل plus, like a plus, so they are perpendicular and intersecting because they form a right angle and they meet at a point. Okay, so perpendicular and intersecting. The difference between the parallel lines and intersecting lines, the parallel lines they never intersect. دايما قد ما أعمل لهم extend, they never meet at a point. Okay, never. Whereas the intersecting, they meet at a point. So the parallel lines are not intersecting. Okay, so parallel lines are not intersecting. They never meet at a point, whereas perpendicular are intersecting. So perpendicular are intersecting, but parallel lines are not intersecting. Okay, this is the difference between them. Okay, we will do example. Here, we will name two intersecting lines, not perpendicular, two parallel lines, and two perpendicular lines. And here, two right angles. Okay, here there's no D. This line, we name it B. This line, we call it A. This one, we call it C. And this one, we name it what? E. I will name now two lines intersecting, meet at a point, but the angle between them should not right angle because they have to be not perpendicular. If you look at this line, اللي هو C, this is the line C, and this line, هيدا هو line E. If you look at the line E and C, both of them meet at a point. Okay, so we call them intersecting and not perpendicular لأنه الانgle is not right. So عندنا E and C. E and C. عندنا كمان another choice. If you look here at if you look at E, this is the line E, and this is the line A. These two lines كمان intersect at a point. Okay, so they are intersecting E and A. عندنا two choices اللي هن the lines that are intersecting and not perpendicular. طيب. هلا name two parallel lines. Parallel lines, we said the two lines that are opposite to each other and they never intersect. We see them where in the road. Okay, in the street. طيب. If you look at these two lines here, هيدا هو line A, هيدا هو line C. They are opposite to each other. A and C opposite to each other and they never meet. What do we call these two lines? Parallel lines. So A and C are two parallel lines. A and C. هلا perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines mean they form a letter like L and a right angle, or like plus and a right angle. Where do we have a plus? Did you see the right angle? عندنا two right angles, يعني عندنا two choices in the perpendicular lines. عندنا هيدا plus وعندنا هيدا plus. يعني عندنا two perpendicular lines, two examples على perpendicular lines. هيدا line we call it B. This line we call it what? A. يعني ال first choice هني A and B. Second choice كمان like plus من هني هيدا line we call it C and this line we call it what? B. So B and C. Line never ends, we can extend it up and down. يعني هيدا كله البي ما بينتهي البي كله هيدا بي هيدا C. Okay? So B and C, this is the line B, this is the line C. They form a right angle and a plus. So they are perpendicular. So the perpendicular lines عندنا two choices. بالintersecting كمان two choices. بالparallel just one choice هني ال A و C. One example. Okay? This how do we distinguish between intersecting, parallel, and perpendicular. Exercise 2 here on the math book اللي هو page 78. We will do it together on the Zoom period, okay, on Wednesday. Okay, so I will leave it on Wednesday. We will do it together. It's the same as this example that we did it now. Now I will explain for you exercise 3. How do we draw a line perpendicular and how do we draw a parallel line? Okay, so I will show you now how do we draw perpendicular line and a parallel line. We know how to draw perpendicular line. We took it in the previous lesson using a set square ruler. Now I will open the board in order to draw perpendicular and parallel line. Yeah. Please draw it on your math book, okay? Exercise 3, page 78. The first one. I will do the first one. In the Zoom period, we will do the second one together. Draw a line L perpendicular to D from which point? From the point A. طيب. From this point, عندنا point A وعندنا line D. From this point, I will draw a perpendicular line to the line D. The perpendicular line, we use what in order to draw it? We have to use a set square ruler. So let's bring the set square ruler. We hold it like what? Like L. We will use it just the two lines that form a right angle. This is the right angle. Okay, this is the right angle here. طيب, we will use it just these two lines. In order to draw a perpendicular line to D, I look, the line D is look like this, so I will hold the set square نفس اللاين دي بحطها أنا نفس الاتجاه. Okay, the bottom set square, it has to be on the line D. It should touch the line D. Right angle, did you see the right angle? A right angle, it has to be on the line D. Okay, teacher. Now I will move the set square, move it till I reach the point A because perpendicular to D from A. This is the point A. Okay, now I will draw. When I reach the point A, I will draw now the perpendicular line. Don't forget when you finish to place the right angle. Okay, because they are perpendicular. We have finished from the perpendicular line. Now I will remove it. Okay, طيب. هلا second part من الquestion هو and draw a line. We will name it T parallel to D. Parallel to the line D. So draw a line L perpendicular to D from the point A. We forgot to name this line. هيدا هو perpendicular line. We will name it what? L. Draw a line L perpendicular. So a perpendicular line, we will name it L. This line, I will name it what? L. Between the brackets. هيدا line never ends. You can extend it down. You can extend it up. Okay? Oh, it never ends. So this is the line L. I will name it L. The perpendicular line, name it L. هلا the parallel line, I will name it what? T. It's parallel to which line? It's parallel to D. So I will draw now a line parallel to D from the point A. طيب كيف بده يكون parallel to D? It has to be like this. This line, is it parallel to D? No. Is this line parallel to D? No. What do I mean by parallel to D? I mean facing D, opposite to D. Okay, but from which point A? So it has to be here, from this point. So it has to be above the line D. Okay, this is the line. This is the line that is parallel to D. It's parallel to D. Type. How do we draw it? We can't draw it like this randomly. No. In order to be accurate, you have to use what? To make sure that it's parallel. and they never meet, we have to use a set square ruler. Okay, how do we draw the parallel line? Also, in order to draw the parallel line, we have to use a set square ruler. But now, how do we hold the set square? Look, how do we hold it? دايما يا teacher, in order to draw a parallel line, first I will hold it like L. Okay, hold it like L. هلا البottom للset square, it has to be on the line L, not on the line D. Okay, يعني البربنديكولار اللي أنا رسمته هحط البوتوم للset square on this line. Okay, so البottom هيدا البottom. This is the bottom. Okay, we can flip it like this. هيدا البوتوم اللي هو من 0 ل 12. هيدا البوتوم أنا هقلبها حتى أحط البوتوم وين؟ على اللاين اللي أنا رسمته اللي هو البربنديكولار. Okay. هلا right angle, did you see the right angle؟ دايما الرايت angle بدها تكون على البوينت A. يعني أنا هأحمل السات سكوير بطريقة right angle. Did you see the right angle؟ لأرسم parallel line right angle, it has to be at the point A. Okay. So أنا هأرسم parallel line right angle. Did you see the right angle؟ It has to be at which point? At the point A. Okay, you have to make sure that the right angle is on the point A. Now I will draw the parallel line. This is the parallel line. Okay, this is the parallel line. Okay, teacher, so did you see? Right angle, it should be on the point A. Okay, so this is the parallel line. I will name it what? I will name it D. So let's name it T. Line, in parallel line, we will name it T. So this line is T between two brackets. Okay, so this is the line T, and this is the line L, and this is the line D. If you look at the line L, هو perpendicular to D. But if you look at the line T and at the line D, هيدا line T extended from both sides. And this is the line T. This is T, and this is D. They are facing each other, so they are parallel. So T and D are parallel, whereas L and D are perpendicular. Okay. In the Zoom period, we will practice more on Wednesday, guys. Please do the first one in exercise 3, practice on the math book. How do we draw parallel lines? Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you on Wednesday.